In a small village where everyone knew each other, reputation was everything. Your word mattered, your character mattered, your name mattered, and Aaron had built a strong one. At 24, he managed the community green storage, a position that required trust. Farmers handed over their harvest knowing Aaron would protect it. Elders respected him. Young boys looked up to him. He wasn't loud, he wasn't arrogant, but he carried quiet pride. He liked being known as reliable. Until the morning, everything changed. One of the senior farmers stormed into the storage building. Several sacks are missing. Within minutes, others gathered. Doors opened, locks checked, numbers counted, and slowly, eyes turned toward Aaron. You were in charge. You had the keys. No one else could access it. Aaron felt the shift instantly. Respect had turned into suspicion. I didn't take anything, he said firmly. But doubt spreads faster than truth, especially in small places. By evening, the village council suspended him until investigation is complete. Suspended. Not guilty, but not trusted either. And sometimes that feels worse. That night, Aaron sat alone in his room, staring at the ceiling. His chest felt tight. He had done nothing wrong, so why did it feel like everything was collapsing? The next day, people didn't greet him the same way. Conversation stopped when he walked past. It wasn't just a lost position, it was a shaken identity. Have you ever had your name questioned? Have you ever watched years of hard work get doubted in a moment? Aaron walked to the old stone well at the edge of the village, the place he used to go when thinking. That's where Elias found him. Elias was an older man who lived quietly on the outskirts. He wasn't part of gossip. He wasn't loud in meetings, but when he spoke, people listened. You look like a man whose foundation cracked, Elias said calmly. Aaron gave a bitter laugh. My name's ruined. Elias sat beside him. Is your name your foundation? He asked. Aaron frowned. What do you mean? If they take away your position, Elias continued, do they take away who you are? Aaron stayed silent, because deep down, that's exactly what it felt like. Elias looked toward the open sky and said something slowly. Sometimes God removes what you're standing on to show you what you're standing in. Aaron didn't understand, but he couldn't ignore the weight of those words. Still, the breaking had just begun. Days passed, no answers, no resolution, just whispers. Aaron stopped going to the market. He avoided gatherings. Every look felt like judgment. At night, he replayed everything in his mind. Why would this happen to me? He wasn't perfect, but he was honest. One evening, Elias visited him. You're angry, Elias observed. I'm tired, Aaron replied. I gave everything to serve this village, and now I'm treated like a thief. Elias nodded. Tell me something, Elias said. When a blacksmith shapes iron, what happens first? It's heated, Aaron replied automatically. And then? It's struck. Elias looked directly at him. Does the hammer hate the iron? Aaron frowned. No, it shapes it. Silence. God doesn't allow pressure to destroy you. He allows it to reveal what cannot be shaken. Aaron clenched his fists. But this is humiliating. Yes, Elias said calmly, and humiliation breaks pride faster than praise. That sentence cut deep. Aaron had never considered himself proud, but he had depended on reputation, on being respected, on being seen as reliable. Now that image was cracked. Elias leaned forward slightly. If your confidence depends on what people say about you, then it will collapse the moment they doubt you. Aaron stared at the ground. Then what should it depend on? He asked quietly. Character, Elias replied, not reputation. The difference hit him. Reputation is what people think. Character is who you are, even when they don't believe you. Over the next few weeks, Aaron stopped defending himself loudly. He worked quietly on small tasks, helped elders without being asked, stayed steady, not to prove something, but because that's who he was. And something began to change inside him. The anger faded. In its place, stability. But the final piece was still missing, because truth always finds its way out. One afternoon, news arrived from a nearby town. The missing grain had been discovered, sold illegally by a temporary worker who had disappeared shortly after the incident. Evidence was clear. Aaron was innocent. The village buzzed with new whispers, this time apologies. The council called him back. We were wrong. They offered his position again. Aaron accepted, but something inside him had shifted. That evening he walked back to the well where Elias waited. "It's over," Aaron said. "They know the truth." Elias smiled softly. "And what did you learn?" Aaron thought carefully. "That when my reputation broke, I didn't." Elias nodded. "Because God wasn't breaking your character. He was breaking your dependence on praise." Aaron understood now. Before the accusation, he worked to maintain respect. After the breaking, he worked from integrity, and that made him stronger. The humiliation didn't destroy him, it refined him. So let me ask you something. What if the season you're in right now, the one that feels unfair, painful, confusing, isn't there to shame you? What if it's there to strengthen what praise once made fragile? Because God doesn't break what he plans to abandon. He breaks what he plans to rebuild stronger. And if this story spoke to you today, subscribe to this channel, because here we don't just tell stories, we build stronger minds, deeper faith, and unshakable character. Remember this, if God is breaking you, he is building something in you that cannot be shaken.